Hello, Comic Explorers. I am your co-host, Hillis Pugh, along with...
Rebecca Gregory here, joining us on a Cosmic Explorers here tonight for a live special edition of our show, where we are going to talk about the platinum rule and going out of our comfort zone and just figuring this out. So, Hillis?
Yeah, so before we dive into this really immersive topic, I have a few announcements to make for everyone who's watching. Really happy and excited to let everyone know that now we are on Apple Podcast. Yay! So you guys can click the link in the description to follow us and join us on Apple Podcast. And we are also on Podbean. So there you can view and see all of our podcasts or video shows, whichever you want to call it. And there you will find a way to support us if you really love what we do. We ask for you to open your heart space and allow us to really guide you on our journey that we have started here. But I know, right? And all these new exciting things happen.
Oh my
right?
gosh, it's been a whirlwind, hasn't it, Hillis? We're on quite a little cosmic journey here.
Yeah, a cosmic hurricane, if you will.
Yes, it is. Exploring new ways and new opportunities and opening up and expanding. And yes, who knows what's going to happen, Hillis?
Who knows? But I have a plug to make here.
Of course.
So, yeah. So my friends at Prism Wheel, who are a mother-daughter small business. I met them a couple of years ago, and they had the most unique product. I tell you, when I met them, and it's difficult to impress them, especially in the world of crystals and spirituality. And I was really impressed with this mom and daughter. And it's Heidi is the mom and Holly is the daughter, and they came up with this product called Crystal Grids. And these crystal grids are definitely one of a kind. Nothing you'll ever find anywhere. And I'm so happy. I was talking to Holly just last week, and they finally got their crystal grids patented. So
they did?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So their idea is patent, and I'm so happy for them. But what is going on for this month, because, we have been really experiencing, these ebbs and flows and highs and lows and all this crazy for the past year. And Holly is really in tune. She's just really in tune with the energies that are going on. And so what her and her mom decided to do was to create these crystal grids called Power of Peace. And they sent me one, and I'm absolutely in love with it. It is a peace sign with amethyst, quartz, and smoky quartz crystals. And so this here is amazing. It's beautiful, and I love it because the energy that radiates from it is so peaceful. And the reason why I love them and love it is because of what they represent. But not only that, they are offering from now to the end of the month, you can connect with them at Prism Wheels on Instagram, on Facebook, and you can really have your own Prism Wheel sent to someone by sending them an email at prismwheelsdesigns@gmail.com, and they will send someone a crystal grid Power of Peace on your behalf. But not only that, this shirt that I have on, I wish you could see the back of it. This shirt.
Well, stand up and turn around.
Well, I can't. You won't be able to see it. But this shirt, anyway, is from one of their collections. So what I like about these, if you see the back of it, they have little snaps. And so you can take them and snap them and put them into your shirt to carry your crystal grid around you. And so now until the end of June, you have 40% off off all their apparel. So the coupon code is Peace01, 40% off all their apparel, and then 15% off their crystal grid, their crystal wheels at using the coupon code Peace123, and that's from now to the end of June. So there's my plug.
Oh, and I got gifted one by Hillis, and I love mine. I should have got mine before I wasn't even thinking about. And it is absolutely beautiful. I love the energy on it. It just felt so great, and I was so surprised. So talk about peace. I'm like, oh, I've got a package. I'm like, who is this from? And it was Hillis. Surprise. And so grateful that, and it's really interesting. I haven't experienced the clothing yet to snap it on because I just got the little piece, but I'm really excited to get on and get something ordered so I can experience the whole thing.
Yes.
So get your wheel.
Yes. So enough of the plugs and announcements. We are here because, tonight, this day, I was thinking last week because, a few weeks ago we interviewed Mr. Neale Donald Walsch, the man himself. And we interviewed him, and, upon our second time talking to him, he really sparked a thought in my head, because we are familiar with the idea of the golden rule. Do unto others have you as you haven't done unto you. I know, a little bit of a tongue twister there.
Did you get it?
So I know, right? And so the premise of the golden rule is, simply put, the golden rule is the principle of treating others as one wants to be treated. So if you're kind to yourself, you be kind to others. I mean, it's that simple. But he talked about how, as a society, as humanity, as planetarians. Oh, that's a nice one, planetarians.
I like that.
That we are not even practicing the golden rule. So how can we take it to the next level and practice what he wrote about in his book, The God Solution, the Platinum Rule? And so, Rebecca, can you do the
I get to read here. So I'm reading on my phone, so hopefully I can see it here. So this is in his chapter talking about the Platinum Rule, and I'm just going to kind of go in here. It says, I think this is a kind of question that the American sociologist Milton J. Bennett must have been mulling over when he coined the term the Platinum Rule in the 1970s as a replacement for the Golden Rule. Platinum, more valuable than gold, and Bennett wanted to come up with a statement that he considered might be more valuable as humans seek to understand what love for another is really about. His rule: do unto others as they would have it done unto them. And I'm going to repeat that again. Do unto others as they would have it done onto them. And I'm sure your head is spinning right now, like mine is, and Hillis's is. That's why we're having this conversation, because we're like, okay, let's wrap this around. So as we continue on, I'm going to kind of explain what point of view he's coming from. Do you see how this turns everything around? Now life's behavioral standards becomes not to treat others as we want to be treated, but to treat others as they want to be treated. This reinforces a spiritual experience that we are all one. Hats off to Monsieur Dumas. In that it demonstrates that we want to feel and are willing to feel what others tell us they feel, not just what we feel. Once again, I think we'll repeat that one too. We're going to repeat a few things, Hillis, just to sink it in, because I need to let it sink in. In that it demonstrates that we want to feel and are willing to feel what others tell us they feel, not just what we feel. And to continue just a short time thinking about this will reveal that there could be differences, and the spiritual path of meddling another's feelings with my own is an expression of pure love, if there was one. Should I read the next sentence too? Or were they supposed to stop?
No, that's good. I think, yeah, and that's really a lot for us to compact and really, process.
I feel like I need to read the next sentence though.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. This does not mean I must agree with. This is very important because I think a lot of people want to agree with everyone. So I think this is really important on this. And I was worried my dogs were going to bark. Love it. This does not mean I must agree with another's feelings, but it does mean that my expression of love for another causes me to take their feelings into account, making those feelings as present within me as my own. This renders it far more possible for me to speak and act in a way that honors another's feelings, even if I do not just even if I do disagree with them. That
Yeah.
wrapped it up for me. How about you?
Yeah, it wrapped it up. And the thing is, even though this idea of doing unto others as they would have it done unto them is still a maddening concept.
It is.
Because, I mean, I don't know about you, but, heck, we're still trying to do unto others as we would have it done unto us. I mean,
Yes.
if I'm nice to somebody, then I'm going to be nice to them, or they should be nice to me. It's like a quid pro quo. I scratch your back, you scratch mine type of deal.
Yeah.
But this is completely different.
I think it's moving. It's moving to that next level, and you know what word that comes to me as discernment and non-judgment, and it's moving into that feeling within our bodies. This is just for me from reading that, in that we need to take account where other people are coming from,
Yeah.
and how they're feeling in that moment. We don't have to agree with it, but in allow our expression to see them for where they are is what I'm feeling. To see them to see them in that pain, to see them in that victim, to see whatever's going on with them in that time, and honoring them in that space without judging them in that space.
Yeah, I am 100% with you with that. And the aspect that is a bit challenging for me, being one who is spiritual, one who is of light. Yes, I step in a space of
Mm-hmm.
non-judgment. Step into the space of being the observer. But what comes into mind is that if someone is being mean to me, or if someone's being evil or deceptive or whatever, should I respond back to them the same way? Should I, lower my vibrational frequency and say, I'm going to be mean to them because, that's what they deserve?
See, yeah, that's where it's kind of. I think that the platinum rule needs to be a little more defined. To tell you the honest truth, it doesn't. For me, there's a piece missing.
So let's find that piece. I mean, I wish Milton was around or still living, or maybe if Neale was still here, he could help us with that missing piece.
Yes, I guess for me, that missing piece is, because we talk about, the book that it was all about pure love,
Yes.
and in going into that space of looking at, do unto others, and I think it's more of that acknowledgement of where they are, and also boundaries. So it's like, to me, it's like platinum rules almost a twofold. Okay, I honor and respect where you are and what you're bringing at me right now.
Yes.
This anger or whatever, this fear that's coming out. And I see that. I feel that in my body. I know where you are, and I honor that space you're at. However, I need to honor myself. I acknowledge where you are. This is just what's coming to me. I need to honor myself in that I'm just sending you back love. I honor myself enough and love myself enough that I send you back love, because that's what you, even though you're in this space, I see that space you're in.
Yes.
I hear it. I see it. I don't judge it. However, I send you just back love, because I don't choose to be in the space that you're in.
Yes. And you know what? I think that's it. I think that's the piece. And what came in my head, what popped in my head as I felt this, as I tuned into this, as I began to resonate with this energy, is that we now have to. Okay, So here it is. So the golden rule
I have a quick
is,
question
yeah,
before you get into that. Are we on streaming anywhere, but people can put in questions or anything? Or I don't know
yeah,
where you
definitely.
hook this
So
up
you
tonight.
guys, oh yeah, so if you guys have
Okay.
questions, you're more than welcome to ask as we move through this,
Yeah,
especially if
or
you're
your
watching
opinion of
live.
what you or your expression of what you're getting from this conversation. So I'd love to hear from you. So I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just wanted to. I feel you and I see you where you are explaining this. So I'm going to send
Okay.
you back love and hold you as you explain.
So as the golden rule states, do unto others as you have done unto them, or to yourself.
Hmm.
What I feel, in essence, the golden rule is a place of action, a place of
Hmm.
tangible, in a space of doing things and moving things, and just come from that actionary place, from the actionary heart space, from okay, well, it's the right thing to do, it's the right
Yeah.
thing to do, got to do it. But the platinum rule, I feel, is moving more in a non-actionary way,
Hmm.
being the observer. And I think that's where I was getting hung up on. I think that's what other people may have been getting hung up on, because it's, yeah, yeah, you see it too now, right? You
I
take,
was just thinking of all the things that happened to me today, and I'm like, oh, I was in the platinum rule all day. It's like being thrown in my face. Never mind.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And so the platinum rule, and I'm just going to read it again for everyone who's watching. The platinum rule is, do unto others as they would have it done unto them. So yes, it sounds actionary, but it really isn't. It's more of the level of being the observer and understanding that space in which they're in. And if someone's is in a place of needing consolement, then you would, do unto them, meaning that, okay, what is this person needing right now? What is this person wanting right now in this
Hmm.
moment? Opening up that heart space, being that genuine observer, the neutral observer.
Hmm.
And then as the energy, the heart space dictates, then the energy will allow and move forward from there.
Hmm. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. And I think, society has to step into that energy more, because we're so, as I said, I was bad today. Not bad today. I, had some situations where like this woman cut me off. And it was just weird. Just people were just interesting out when I was out running around today. But, we do want to take that action all the time when people get in our space, and it's really almost being a witness of ourselves
Yep.
to stand in a different space
Yep.
of being the masters we truly are in this energy of the world that we're in right now, to be able um, to really see and hold people at a whole nother level,
Yeah.
and not reacting back to how they're being, but acknowledging, I see you. I feel that you're telling me this right now, to acknowledge and say, I see you, I feel you, I know where you're coming from.
Yeah. And then when you're in that space, the action will follow,
Yes.
as opposed to taking action first,
Correct.
because I feel that the golden rule is based in the 3D mindset. It's based in that space,
Yes.
as
Are these
opposed,
comments over here?
yeah,
Oh, you
as
know me, I'm trying
opposed,
to get caught up on this.
as opposed to the platinum rule is more of a 4 or 5D energy.
Cool.
So Milton was ahead of his time a long time ago.
Yes, a lot of it's so brilliant how these there's a lot of people out there that were ahead of their times, and just it's so amazing. You think you look at the information that's coming through right now, and
Hmm.
you start to go back and look through the ancestors and the knowledge that has been given since the beginning of time, and it's always been there.
Yeah.
It just took us humans a long time to start to see it, and it's still not there yet. But you know what I'm saying? It's interesting. Should we read some comments that people are saying, or
Yeah, because I wanted to read what Chuck wrote. So you
yeah,
can go
that's
ahead
what
and
I was
read.
saying.
Yeah,
Read it. I read enough tonight.
So Chuck, thank you for tuning in and watching with us. And Chuck says that we are all of the I am that. I am everyone here, the Christ self within yourself.
Yes.
Clear your heart and mind to all of the rhetoric on this earth illusion. All of us, no matter what condition is, but to us is to love and to forgive that it is. I channel the Archangel Daniel. Peace be with you.
Oh,
So
thank you so much for that, Chuck.
thank you,
Wow.
Chuck. We appreciate that. And
So
hello
true.
again to Lisa and Shakti. I love
Yes.
you both. So thank you guys for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm sorry I had to do that. I'm like, oh, people.
Yeah, Rebecca gets so excited when there are people coming in.
The simple things in life. I'm telling bubble machines, just people tuning in and sharing their information. I love it. So it just
Yeah, I love it
makes
too,
me happy.
and I kind of want to just stay in this space because it really is helping me to understand. As planetarians, our
Planetarians.
new
I like
word.
that. Cosmic planetarians.
As we move in this energy, we all have to step into the roles of being the neutral observers. And I know sometimes that could be a bit challenging as we are neutral, as we move into this energy of neutral observers. Why? Because we are carrying our own stuff. And so our own stuff sometimes muddies up the water to be this person, this energy. And so as our experience muddles up the actions, as it muddles up the thoughts, it muddles everything. So in order to be of service, in order to allow ourselves to take that step forward, we have to allow that the neutral observer, the watcher, if you will, to come in before we then can take the next step.
Yeah, and I think that brings it all to a whole new level too of what is going on the planet right now and the consciousness of our up level of where we are, of of experiencing feeling at a whole nother level that we have always been taught, to kind of shy away from. But you're growing up, you can't cry, you can't do this, you can't do that, and moving
All
into
these
that,
rules.
all the rules, all those rules that and it's really learning how to feel and really learning how to walk the path, and being an observer and being that witness is such a beautiful place to do it. And I wanted to make comment, of saying that, being the witness, that to know that especially being a lot of those empaths right now, 99.9% of the stuff that we take in our field is from other people. And it really helps us to get present with ourselves in the now, in knowing that okay, this energy coming at me, I am feeling it coming from this person. And I think it's a mind shift within our body. Okay, I feel this coming in, I acknowledge this is coming in, but guess what, this is not of me. This is of the person that I'm acknowledging right now. And this is how I feel. So it really, if you could be that witness and knowing that energy, you don't need to hold it in your field at all. Just feel it and acknowledge it as the witness of the experience of navigating emotions and the vibrational bodies that our bodies hold. So, and not having to react back um, from a space of unalignment, but to react back from a space of love, aligned with your higher self and who you truly are, being that master observer and witness of the experience someone else is having, in knowing that is not of thyself. Okay.
Yes. 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 That's it. Because, being a human being in this experience, in this body, in this essence, in this full embodiment, we were at once wanting to allow ourselves to uh, take actions, especially, when the energy of one was a lower vibration, or when one was in grief, or one was in sadness. Yes, we then moved into our pure heart space to offer our sympathy or condolences into being that energetic space.
Mm-hmm.
But how come we can't be that all the time? Why does it have to be a moment of when someone is at their lowest to bring them up? Yes, that's part of what we do. Yes, it's part of our jobs. Yes, it's part of our existence. But when someone is at their normal selves, whether they're being a joke, or if someone is, being disruptive, or if someone is being anything else than what we want them to be, than what we are in alignment with, what we see or feel or know.
Mm-hmm.
It is in that energy and that essence that we really step into. Now I get it, of how I can fine tune my energy now to be this neutral observer,
Yes.
to be one who is ready to be of service when the heart is open to take that action, as opposed to judging someone where they are. It's like, oh, I can't help you because you're down there, or I can't help you because you're less than I am, or I can't help you because of this. Whatever reason or excuse that you give, you know, I
Mm-hmm.
can't reach you. I can't help you because of X, Y, and Z. When we are in that space, it does no one any good. And sometimes it may do more damage than what we think, feel, or know. And that's why, I am really coming to understand now the importance of Milton's discovery of the platinum rule. I mean, this is, a place where most of us energy workers live, especially when we are in the role of service. Sometimes, not all the time, not 100% of the time, but we are in that role of service. This is who we are.
Yes, yes. And I want to go back to what Chuck said it too, and that with the platinum room, as you were talking, just what kept on coming is what Chuck said,
Mm-hmm.
that I am presence that's within us, that Christ consciousness, that
Mm-hmm.
love that lives within ourselves, and knowing that's who we truly are. And
Yes.
that is the energy and space we really truly hold inside of us, even though it's got tainted over the millennial by other forces. That's all I'm going to say about that.
It's our fault, that.
What?
It's our fault.
There's no fault here.
Well,
It was our
if you,
experiences we chose as a consciousness.
yeah, you're right. This is true. I can't argue with that.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I know this has been unraveling, and is going to continue to unravel, as we, really step into the beingness of our existence.
And what's coming to me now, as we're talking about this, and I'm unraveling and kind of letting it digest, is it also is another up level. I'm just going to say up level for us to really, I'm going back to the word discern again, boundaries of others, that we need to really be aware of what's in our field, what's around us. And we get the choice now to say, I love you, I feel you, I see you. However, this is not working for me.
Yeah.
And I think it needs to still go back to honoring and loving ourselves. I think that's very important. If you want, I honor you, want to be this way. However, I'm choosing not to allow myself to be in that victimhood, allow myself to be here. When you decide you would like to move forward and let go of that, I am here and I want to hold and be there for you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that's it. I mean, because there's levels to this energy of the platinum rule, but that is definitely it at the core. I know I've said that a few times over this broadcast, but yeah, when we really step back in the role of the neutral observer, and when we allow ourselves to really see everything, honor everything, and know everything, we then become in this space of how can I honor myself and honor this person at the same time, and
Yes,
that is through setting that boundary in a way.
yes, I firmly agree with you, and it's an interesting energy to navigate, especially when you get triggered.
Yeah, that was the word of what, last week, this week?
Last week, we have to find a new word for this week. So,
Rules.
I don't follow them very well, so I
Yeah,
make my own
exactly.
rules. I'm always
I'm
getting
just making
myself
it
in
up as I
trouble.
go.
Huh?
I was like, I don't know, I'm just making it up as I go.
I know. It's all fun. That's what this whole call was about, just having fun. But I love this conversation. Thanks for like pushing me to like really get in the thought process around it. So I hope we did Neale Donald Walsch well with our conversation here this evening on the platinum rule. And as I
Yeah,
said, anybody out there have any questions or just comments or what they feel about it, let us know.
yeah, you guys can definitely feel free to comment now or later, or you guys can also email us with your ideas for the show, questions or comments to cosmicinsightradio@gmail.com. We're more than happy to connect and respond with you there as well.
Yes. Yes.
And you guys, I think that will do it for this special live edition of Cosmic Insight. So, all you
Woo-hoo.
cosmic explorers,
Woo.
keep exploring.
Keep exploring and exploring the heart and have fun. And I want to say something before we need, and just it's really fun to explore out in the world right now. I just had the most fabulous conversation with this guy at the grocery store about this actually, and about opening to your heart, and about, it was just so cool. Well, we were talking about COVID a little bit in the mask and that whole rule thing, and just that all came up too. But people want to be heard. People are waking up. People are curious now to step in a new place. So go out and explore, and you might find it very interesting, the people that respond to you out in the world, and have like these fabulous conversations, just like we are right now in the grocery aisle. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to speak your truth, and be you out there. It's so important right now. It's so important.
Yes, yes, it is. So, everyone, thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy and joining us tonight. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, have a wonderful day and continue to find your path, find your way, because all roads lead to the same place.
And what place is that?
Your heart.
Of course.
Till
Kisses love to
next
you
time,
all. Thank you
everyone.
so much. Thank you so much for joining us this evening here on Cosmic Insight.
Till next time.
We're out of here.